Dear students, Namaskar and good afternoon. I am Kusum Prasad and you all are watching eVidya channel number 10 and our YouTube channel NCRT Official. As you all know, this is our very special session. We call it Teaching Learning Intervention for Inclusive Classrooms. You can see on your television screen a sign language interpreter. She is Miss Nitisha Sachdeva. She will interpret the whole session through sign language. Welcome, Nitisha. So, dear students and learners, our today's session is for class 10 and the subject is English and the chapter is 4 and the title is From the Diary of Annie Frank. And to teach this subject, our today's expert is Dr. Anita Paul ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Ma'am is lecturer in special education from Kusumagiri Training Institute for Special Education. So, dear students, you can send your feedbacks, your questions, your queries on our various mediums. You can call us on our phone number, that is 8800440559. You can see on your television screen, it is flashing on the screen, and you can note down the number. And you can also drop your messages on email, that is dth.class10@ciet.nic.in. And apart from this, you can also send your messages, your questions, your feedback on our YouTube channel, that is NCRT Official. So, let's begin this session and we move to Dr. Anita ma'am. Ma'am, let's start this session. And my very first question is, ma'am, what is diary?
And what is diary?
Yes, ma'am. And how will you explain this concept of diary to our special children's, ma'am?
Okay. Now here we see different types of diaries here. Diaries have originated in the 11th century. Okay. And 11th century, and it is by the first diary which resembles the diary of today, was that of Abu Ali ibn al-Bana in the 11th century. Okay. Now, what is a diary? Now, all of you must have seen a diary somewhere or the other. I will show you one diary. This is a diary which I have, and it is a diary which was gifted to me by my student. Okay. It is a very recent diary which I got just a month ago. So, I have not started writing anything in this diary, and therefore, you can see the diary. It has different pages and we can write anything. Then there are another diary which I will show you, an old diary. Okay, now this is an old diary which was kept by my mother a long ago. Okay, actually here she has written many things on each part. It goes from January. It is a diary on January 1998 diary. Okay. Now she has written on each day. She has written something, some personal thing, some events, anything. So diary is actually what you mean by diary means diary is a record of our thoughts. Sometimes we cannot say many things to anyone, all our feelings, all our thoughts to everyone. Sometimes our thoughts may be very vague, which when we say it to our father, mother, or to our friends, it will not. They will say, "What are you talking about?" So what we can do is we can write in a diary. We can use this now. I have made this diary. I can write my thoughts today. Okay, today I am taking a class on NCRT and I am and everything. So I have prepared a PPT for my student, and I am a little worried about the class. Whatever it is, you can write. And feeling. If suppose unfortunately, you have got a score. You had a misunderstanding with your friend. But how much ever you have said sorry to her, she or he does not seem to understand what you are saying. So what you can say is you can keep diary as your friend and you can write to her, "Dear Anita, I am sorry. You can write like that. I am sorry. I should not have told you such thing." Then suppose if you want to draw something, I want to draw a picture, and you can, suppose you are not able to write. Some some of us have a writing problem. Now I also have a writing problem because I am not getting good. So what we can do is we can use pictures to write in that. So picture. Then we can use, you can see down in the diary, person is writing her thoughts in her diary. In the picture, another person has written what all needs to be done during the day in a so diary is always in a chronological order. That is, it will start from January 1st and end in December 31st. Okay, so it is always, and diary will also have what to say, diaries also have calendars. Have you seen diaries with calendars? There, here is a diary with a calendar. And this calendar, see, a diary with a calendar. I don't know how it will be visible, but this diary is with a calendar. It will show you the 12 months of year. It starts, and this diary starts from 2022, 2023, then 2024 and 2025. So, diaries come in. Further, we have, of course, you can use a simple notebook, which I usually do as a diary. In this book, what I do is I usually write down what all I have to do and what all I have to buy. Then this is an invitation. If you want to send an invitation, jot down all the names of persons whom we want to send an invitation. Okay. Now this is we can write it in order, write it in an order way, or we can just scribble whatever comes in our mind. Okay, that is what is, I know. For children with special needs. Now what, here we have a diary. You can see here. This is called a Braille diary. Braille diary, the children with visually impaired, those who cannot see, they use something called as Braille. So there you can see a picture of a Braille diary. Okay. Then here is another diary which can be, it is all in pictures. So what you know, there are few of the children who have autistic features. They will not be able to communicate. They will not be able to communicate in sentences. They will not be able to communicate even in words. But if you give them pictures, they will be able to. So you can they can have a diary with pictures. Then of course, even children with cerebral palsy who are not able to write, they can use pictures. They can stick pictures, and they can each day.
Dr. Anita ma'am, can you show the PPT to our students?
Which PPT?
The PPT where you have described the diary. Yes.
This one? This one?
Yes, ma'am. Can you share the PPT?
You can share, no? PPT share.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
we are talking about diary.
Yeah. It is a Braille diary, the first one.
Okay.
And the second one is a diary for children with autism.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, then we have another diary which actually it is a children's, it is called, I'll show you that. Here is it is an art diary. Art diary can be, they can express in pictures, where they can express themselves, express children, even persons can express in pictures. So there are different, that is what a diary actually is all about. Okay. Clear, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Dear students and learners, I also want to show a diary to all of you. There is a beautiful diary in front of me. You can see. You can write the notes here. The date is mentioned here, and a bookmark is also here, and a smart pen, a beautiful pen is also attached here. So it's a beautiful diary. You can see, as we are talking about diary. Anita ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. My next question is, ma'am, who all can write diary, and what is to be write in diary, ma'am?
I have already told you, anybody can write a diary. I used to write a diary when I was young, but as I grew older, I don't know, that habit went away from me. But what I used to write in the diary was whatever happened that day. And what all morning, I got up, then I prayed, then I dressed, I went to the school. Then what happened? What happened? I did not do the maths homework. Then once I did not do, I forgot to do maths homework. That day I was very sad. I came back and I wrote that Mrs. Rodrigues never used to scold me, but today she scolded me because I didn't do the homework, and I'm very sorry. Even though I told sorry, the teacher did not understand me. Then I'm very sorry, and I named my diary's name was diary only. That is only. So my name. I did not name the diary anything else. But then there's and in that some people keep diary to write teachers. For me, I'm a teacher, so I also use at times I make a diary of my own, and I write whatever has to be taken for that. What are the lessons that I need to take? So first Monday this lesson, Tuesday this lesson, Friday, Wednesday this lesson. Then there is a diary where we can write. Here you can see the one child has written a diary on she has timeline about COVID-19 in her diary and January 20. So here I cannot highlight this, but it is all about each day about COVID information that she has got. So she has written about COVID that it starts from January 1 and to January 25th. She has written whatever information that she has got regarding COVID. Okay. Then here is a diary where there she puts, as I said, I have been crying, where she has put her thoughts into the diary. Then as you have said, ma'am, we can write notes in the diary. I usually make notes in the diary. When I get a big diary, I write a note. I write all the notes in the diary. So even we can use diary for learning purpose also. We can learn and write. We can write notes in the diary. Then we can draw pictures in the diary. So pictures will be whatever that comes to mind, we can draw in it. Then we can stick we can stick pictures, whatever the events accordingly. Suppose we have learned a history lesson. So there is something called as timeline. 10th standard student, all of you must know 10th standard student. There is a timeline in the war. So what happened in the war? Now here also in this lesson we have a timeline. That is for 2 years. That is right from Anne Frank has been born up to her death.
Yes, ma'am. Anita, so ma'am, kindly make the PPT full screen.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. So we are today we are talking about the chapter from the diary of Anne Frank. So ma'am, why this diary of Anne Frank got famous, ma'am?
Actually, Anne Frank gives a vivid description about her childhood, about her family, and many other things. Okay, so I will go through the. Can I go through the go a little bit in the lesson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is a lesson. The highlight of the lesson is from the certain portions, expertise, certain portions of the diary of a young girl. The young girl is none other than the author Anne Frank. It is an autobiography. Now, autobiography means about ourselves. She talks about herself. In the diary, Anne expresses her thoughts, and this diary was given. We will come to it once again. Given to her as a gift by her father on the 13th birthday. So, and she gives a vivid description about her family and many other things. Okay, so this diary actually got lost when that we will see in the lesson. But it is her father who discovered who retrieved back the diary, and when he went through the diary, he found that whatever writings in the diary was very meaningful, and therefore he published the diary. Gave it for publication, and that is how we now know about Anne Frank's diary. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Here now to tell about Anne Frank a little bit. Yeah, she describes in a diary. This is Anne Frank's diary. This red one is Anne Frank's diary. The middle one is Anne Frank. Anne Frank's dad, Otto Anne Frank, is her father who gifted the diary on 13th birthday, that is on 12th June 1942. Anne Frank did not live for many years. She died at a young age in March 45. That is at the age of 15. 15, we must say. Okay, 15 or 16. She has died. She passed away. Okay. Now, her father, she passed away in the war, in the Second World War. And in that Second World War, in the family of Anne, who survived was only her father, Otto Frank. And as I already told, when the war ended, he went back, and during the war, actually Anne Frank, a little bit here, sorry. Okay, he took the diary and he published it. Okay, the Anne Frank diary describes her life for 2 years. That is from 12th June 1942 to 1st August 1944. But it was first actually Anne Frank and her family is from Dutch. That is from Holland. So the language that she wrote, originally the diary was written in a Dutch language. But later it was translated into many languages, and based on Anne Frank's diary, there are movies, there are ballets, and there are many other things. Okay. Now, when Anne Frank, now Anne Frank has now got a diary. She received a diary, and then the next step is now what does this Anne Frank's diary? Now here in this lesson, we are not discussing whatever for the full content of the diary, but it is only a small portion from the diary. Okay. Now let us move on to what is given in the lesson from the Anne Frank's diary in this lesson. Okay. Now, first Anne got the diary. When suppose somebody gives you something new, what to say? Suppose you receive a tab. You have not seen a tab. Even when you receive a tab, you may not know what to do with the tab. Okay, first like that you will have a strange experience. What is this? How can I? Similarly, when Anne got a diary from her father, she had a very strange experience, because strange experience means one uncertainty feeling. What to do? Kya karega? He said, kya karega? We will say in Hindi. Am I correct? I don't know. Kya karega? हमको book में क्या करेगा? And then because she has not written a diary before. Then after that she decides to write. She thinks, okay, I will write something in the diary. So then she thinks, how can she make use of the diary? Then she comes to one conclusion. That paper is more patient. But even if you write something in a paper, that will not go away. It will remain as we have written. Okay. So if we said, suppose I write in a diary, Anita, you have to control your temper. You should not get angry. You should be patient with your daddy. You should be patient with your mother, and you should speak to them in a very calm way. They are old. So once I write that, that will not go. But if somebody tells me, if my sister tells me, Anita, why are you speaking to daddy like that? But the next time she may say, why are you rude to your daddy? So two things come from a person. One thing, and then we cannot, we cannot, as I told before, we cannot tell everything to a person, to anybody, to all. There are certain things which are very secret to our heart. So she felt, okay, that would be good idea, because one, paper has patience than people. Second, because the diary will not say stop now. Suppose you want to say what happened in your, see, I had an habit That was developed by my mummy only. But whatever happened during the day in the school or the college, I used to be. When I entered the college, she said, "Why are you coming and telling me all this?" I said, "You only told me no to tell everything what happened." Then what I did, that is how I started writing a diary. Then I got a diary from an old diary from my daddy's room. There I started writing everything instead of telling my mummy. So everything was written in the diary. So similarly, we can, people will not have patience, but diary will have patience. Diary will not say stop writing. And we can tell our inner secrets to the diary. So she considered the diary and considered her diary as a very great friend. In the days to come, and as the days went by, diary considered and considered her diary as a friend. And what she did, she called the diary as Kitty. You can see she imagines Kitty as a person in this picture, and she's saying a secret to Kitty, and that secret she will write in the she will write in the diary. Okay. Now first, okay. Then what is Anne there? What did Anne write first in the diary? Anne thought first she should write about her family in the diary. So what did she write in her family? About her, she wrote about her family. Her father was Otto Frank, and she called him as the most adorable father. Adorable means very respectful and what to say, very loving, understanding, and a very empathetic person and a cordial person. And her mother was Edith Hollander Frank. This is here the picture here. They both, her father and mother, got married on 12th May 1925. Okay, here I have put the picture. Okay.
Anita ma'am?
Yes?
Yes ma'am. Can diary be in written form only?
No, diary cannot not only be in written form. We can write either, or we can draw pictures, or we can just write a few words. Just jot down a few words. And it can be, if we are not able to suppose children, for example, students with cerebral palsy may not be able to use their hands. Okay, so they can use a head pointer and they can use a tab. Now we have tab, but even tab at times may not be possible for children with cerebral palsy. The laptop will be, if they have a head pointer, they can type it and then they can take a printout of it, they type or draw or write down just words and or stick pictures, and or it can be in the form of a poem. Many children today are on to poems, writing to poems, and the diary can be written in poem form. It can be written in a story form. Okay, it can be written in a story form. It can be written in a story form with pictures or without pictures. Okay, and it can be children with a cerebral palsy can type it or draw a picture or anything, take a printout and stick it on the diary. Then we can have many pictures. I already told you that braille. The children with visually impaired may think, how can I write a diary? You can write a diary, children, by using your braille pen, and you can write it. So you will be able to keep an event of or whatever your inner feelings. Whatever comes to your feelings, you can feel. For children with autism also, they will need a help to write a diary. They may not know how to go about it. So if they are sad, or if they are upset, or they are happy, they are very happy, then you can give them a lot of pictures and ask them to stick the pictures whatever they want to stick each day, or anytime they want to stick the pictures, and they can keep it as a precious debt.
Okay,
so that they will. Okay, so
ma'am, it's time to the keywords. Let's take a look.
Keywords,
ma'am. The keywords are first ingenuity.
Ingenuity, yeah.
Second is confide.
Confide, yeah.
Third is incorrigible.
Incorrigible, yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Let's move to the homework section and the modified homework, ma'am.
Okay. Don't want the lessons?
Yes, ma'am. We please give homework to our students. And the modified homework?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And these are the words. These are the homework. Why does Anne want to keep a diary? There are two questions in the homework. One A. Why does Anne want to keep a diary? Why did Anne Frank think she could confide more in her diary than in people? Second question. Why does Anne provide a brief sketch of her life? Third question. In that there are three. Why was Mr. Keensing annoyed with Anne? What did he ask her to do first time? How did Anne justify her being a chatterbox in her essay? This is the homework, general homework.
And the modified homework, ma'am?
Modified homework is who is Anne Frank? Anne named her friend Kitty. Who is Kitty? What did she do with Kitty? Then how did Anne Frank write the essay entitled Quack, 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 said Mr. Chatterbox. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. So student can do this homework and modified homework, and then you can send in a format. You can mention your name, your class, expert name. Today's expert is Dr. Anita Paul, ma'am. You can also write teacher's name, your teacher name, and your school name, and you can attach a photograph there, and you can send it to our email ID, that is dth.class10@ciet.nic.in. So ma'am, yes ma'am.
Ma'am, one thing ma'am, I would like to.
Yes ma'am. Yes ma'am.
I just want to write, say one or two things about the diary. Is it okay?
Yes ma'am.
So here in Anne's diary, she explains about her the interesting part of, that is the only thing I want to do. Anne's early schooling.
Ma'am, in short, Anita ma'am, in short, we want to know that if a student want to make a beautiful diary and he don't want to write, how he can prepare? In a very brief.
Hello ma'am, I didn't get you.
Yes ma'am. Ma'am, if a student wants to make a beautiful diary and he don't want to write, how he can prepare, he or she can prepare a diary?
Even Anne, when she got a diary, she didn't know what to do with it.
So students can prepare audio diary also, video diary also. There are various form of diary. Digital diary are also.
Prepare a diary. Written diary or a diary with pictures, or diary, children's diary, kids diary is available. They can write beautiful. They can draw. Arts diary. They can do an arts diary. Each day they can do an arts diary also.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Anita Paul, ma'am, for providing so much information to our students, ma'am. Thank you so much. Namaskar. So, dear students and learners, thank you so much for watching these channels, and it's time to say goodbye. So, have a nice day. And I also want to thank sign language interpreter Ms. Nitisha Sachdeva. So, thank you, Nitisha. And so, students, stay connected to eVidya channel, and bye-bye. Namaskar.